Yes. It is Wednesday. It is noon Eastern Time. That means the High Noon Hemp Show live in many places, of course, on video. The Temptations Beach Facebook page, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and, of course, on Twitter at Temptations. The podcast, if you don't enjoy the video portion, we got Podbean, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Many, many places to find us. No excuse. I am Joe. You know me. You can Google me if you feel like it. And high above the Temptations in Sharonville, Ohio, does the man himself beach how are things with and at Temptations.
I suppose happily separated. Um, Best we can put it. Things are moderately okay. It's an interesting world as we've really delved into this
That
this
it
whole
is.
thing. Trying status quo is a whole new thing. The stores are open. We're doing everything we can, just like every other place. It's deemed essential to keep everybody safe and clean and separated, and all of those things. You can. You can really see, we can really see it. The customers are limited, but they're still coming in for the CBD. And a lot of the kratom, actually, I'll mention that. It's not related to the show, it's not related to hemp, but which is another thing I think that really makes this essential for people. Either way, and so it's a brave new world out there. One,
Yeah.
not go out for no reason. I will say, if you don't have a reason to go out, don't go out. I'm sure if you're home right now on at high noon on a Wednesday, it's probably because someone told you to not go out
Yeah.
anymore. And so, and my understanding is today is the day. I don't know who to believe or what to believe, but today is the day where we're actually going to see that the projections that they had, we were way under the projections, at least here in Ohio, um, as to what was happening. And so, although they're still preparing for the worst, we may be through or at the peak of, and obviously that means what we're doing is working. So, no matter where you live in the world, social, just keep clean, wash your hands every 3 minutes. If you touch anything, wash your hands. That's my
Absolutely.
policy now. If I come within 6 feet of anybody, I'm washing my hands. Um, but as much as we can kind of joke about it, it's affecting everyone, including the hemp world.
Yep.
And so, obviously, we're doing what we can to still give the customers their essential products, and be safe and clean and all that. Just on that note, once again, I will keep reminding everybody in Ohio, you have till May 1st to get your hemp license applications. That is also processing. So whether you're going to grow hemp or process hemp in some form or another, you got to talk to the Department of Agriculture. So get with them. Again, our program in the state of Ohio has been approved by the USDA. And so we're in full compliance with the USDA's regulations and policies. We've seen some states that are doing that, and we've seen other states, some of the old schoolers are actually going by the old pilot program. And so, it's kind of interesting. And again, like I said a couple of weeks ago, it's kind of a peaceful protest as to the new policies, saying that the old policies that have only been new for 5 years now, 6 years now, were better than the most recent ones that the USDA is writing. Again, still in compliance, I believe, with the farm bills, obviously, and so that's how either one is getting done. And so it's kind of an interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who's doing what in Ohio. It's just such a weird thing out there right now, but it'll be interesting to see how many people actually file for licenses. I've always said it won't be as many as we should have had because the fees and everything. It's too much. It's too much. But it is what it is. And if you want to grow hemp in Ohio, then you have to get with the Department of Agriculture. And if you want to process hemp in Ohio, I believe you have to get with the Department of Agriculture in Ohio. So good luck with that. Uh, I bid you, good luck. I do. I want people to be growing hemp for anything, and I'd love to see somebody growing for fiber, but I don't see 1 acre of fiber being grown in the state of Ohio because it just costs too much, pure and simple. And so, it's going to be 99% CBD is my guess. 99%. There might be 1% that grows for grain, which would also be very interesting to see if anybody even grows for grain under the Ohio regulations. But I guess we'll find out soon enough, or at least after May 1st, if they give us the information as to who's done what in Ohio and what's getting done, so to speak. And so, yay, Ohio. We're going to jump right into the product spotlight this week, as there is not much going on other than that. It's slower than usual. And
Kay checking in on Facebook. Thank you, Kay, for watching.
Peace. Thanks for checking in. And so the first product, this is, of course, we've been carrying the Hempsels for a while. He dropped down to just having the original flavor. And then he brought back the jalapeno on special requests from us and a couple other stores out there. And now we have the garlic. I cannot tell you how delicious these are. This is a hard pretzel. I've been eating probably one of these every day for my afternoon snack. But they are so good. I honestly, the jalapenos for obviously you have to want something, and they're not spicy, but they're, they got a tang to them. And so those are for the spicy lovers. But if you love garlic, or you just love a slightly garlic pretzel, these we just got in are delicious. I have to say, I have a bag on my desk right now as we speak. Noise. And those just came in fresh. Like I said, should be getting out to all the stores. If they haven't reached your location, they will by Friday. The next one is the Merry Hempster's Balm. Again, this is, I don't want to say medicine, but this is what makes this essential as well, is that we have products that people use for therapeutic value as well, whether they have CBD in them or not. And the Merry Hempster's line is one of those things. That is something that, regardless of whatever, people use these because they need them. And so we're waiting on the CBD balms, which people are loving as well, obviously, because they just added CBD to what they're already doing. And these, again, are just using oil, but they obviously have a lot of other things in them. And so it's just good stuff to have in the old medicine cabinet when you need it, if you need it. The next one is, and this is kind of a reaction to, we've just been allowed to have carry out liquor and alcohol in the state of Ohio. And so if you do a carry out food order from your bar or grill that has alcohol, you can now order an alcoholic drink and take that home. And so, this was not the law in the state of Ohio, but it's the law, I guess, in the state of Ohio. So you can now get your favorite wings, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard it's only 2 ounces, so it's like 1 drink, 2 drinks, maybe mixed drinks that you can get with your carry out, but you can do it. But you may not want to drink out of the cup they send you home, and they will not send you home with a straw or a lid with a straw. And so it's in a closed container. They cannot send it out the door with a straw, but you can maybe get yourself some hemp straws from the store and have those on hand at home Do this responsibly. Except for the passenger. I don't care if the passenger drinks their drink on the way home if they need it that badly. That's the way it works
The
in
guy got 2
Louisiana.
ounces.
You know, you can get your liquor drinks to go in Louisiana, and the passengers can drink. It's just the driver that can't drink. Don't
Yeah.
drink and drive. It's a really stupid thing to do. But having your straw ready for that to carry out drink if you need it, or just because you don't want to don't want to drink out of the glass or cup that you are drinking from. And of course, they're biodegradable and all that good stuff to have as well. And reusable. I've been, reuse a straw. And I haven't had one actually break down that I didn't use it. And so I've got some laying around. The last one is some CBD for your pet, your dog specifically. You get some good old chicken balls. I don't know how much CBD is in a chicken ball.
Good old chicken balls.
But there you have it. They're CBD infused dog treats. I will have to say that one reason a lot of these today is because we are in thunder season, so to speak. And I will attest to the fact that CBD helps our 100-pound Dobie when she starts to get the old "I gotta hide it underneath you" shakes. I call them, literally trying to get underneath me and shaking. When the lightning strikes and the thunder is heard. And so, if you are in a place that experiences more thunder in this season, and you have a dog that is bothered by it, I will say that this is something I would definitely give a try to, because it's one of the only things, if not the only thing, that actually helps our dog calm down. And they're probably sick of you if you've been at home with them all this time. They're getting really anxious because now they're like, I was used to you leaving. No. So that's the 4 from the store. Again, we are open. It's kind of feels like a dust town, an abandoned place, because it is few and far between that people are in, which is good for everybody as well. And we are. You can't go online and order some of the products, and I've been adding stuff to the online for folks best I can for now. And so we're all going to get through it one way or another. Chug-a-lug-a-lug. Now, the one from my door, as I say, 4 from the store, 1 from my door, I've actually showed this before. But to be specific, this is 3 separate hemp products. And so if I said this was my piccolo guitar, which is, you can see how it is made out of hemp. And there is a little hemp leaf, one little hemp leaflet, I should say, on the I'm not a guitarist, and so I should know what the.
It's not the frets.
I have that because it's maybe.
I
something
think the
like
frets
that.
are
I can't believe I'm thinking
little things between the lines.
Underneath there. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, but that is
show.
also, it's not a music show. I am not a musician. I have this because it's made out of hemp, not because I know how to play it. But you can see the pick is there. So that's actually the second hemp product in this picture, and the strap is made out of hemp. So this is the second time and so I still have one more showing to say that this is a hemp product that I do have, or this is something that I have collected, is in my hemp collection of things. And someday I hope to sit down and I don't know if I can even teach myself a quick ditty, but I can probably fake it really well. So someday I'm going to sit down and really fake it and see what I can come up with the old piccolo guitar and the hemp pick with the hemp strap. So there you have it. It's actually 3 from my door, and but I got one more to show that picture of my piccolo guitar.
There you go.
Dun, dun, dun.
That, of course, brings us. And I know a lot of your home. You're like, why am I bothering with clothes? Why get dressed? But I've seen a lot of psychologists recommend you kind of get up, get dressed, kind of get a little routine going, so you don't get cabin fever, you don't get start freaking out. So even if you just want to get dressed just to sit there and watch this show or whatever you're doing, just do that. And of course, if you want to wear hemp, well, you have to see what Beach is wearing, which is why we ask him the question every single episode: what are you wearing, Beach?
That's right. If you woke up today and you thought, I still need to get dressed, I need to take a shower, I need to do that anyway, what are you wearing, Beach? Well, I've kind of gone with a Hawaiian theme because it's nice and warm out here. I'm like jumping right into summer. Um, Wanted to brighten things up a little bit, you know. We just bought a new boat. So I should say before all this started. Um, but my hat is it's a hang 10 hat with a little aloha, says aloha on there if you can't read it from the pictures. My shirt, which I loved, I haven't really shown this off enough, I guess, is a Ralph Lauren. It's part of the Polo Sport hemp line. I've had this for a while in the closet. Probably this may be the summer where I wear it more because I feel like we need to be more festive, even if you're only out for to go get your essential stuff. It's try to be festive, I suppose. We got my Prana shorts going on. My Spring Technology pen in my pocket, as always. My I Love Bad briefs with my Ono socks, no shows, and then my Circa. These are skate shoes, but they're really kind of boat shoes too. And so, dreaming of Hawaii. Flights are really cheap, but I don't think I really want to get on a plane. I don't care to go anywhere. It's like we were talking about it. You can fly to Denver for $50 or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey man, it sounds appealing, but guess what? They're not getting on an airplane.
Yeah, there's a reason demand is slightly down.
That's right. And I heard some other rumors too that like there was one flight that only had 3 passengers, and they still made them sit like really close together because they all bought the cheapest economy seats anyway. So, no thanks. I don't care. I know I've seen pictures too where they literally, the new disinfectant is to spray, like carry a spray gun and just spray everything. Which is definitely gonna hopefully keep the world clean. The thing is, though, and I've seen this, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but I think it was paper has a 3-hour time period as to how long it will stay. I think cloth was a little bit less, but metal was like up to 3 days or something. Like they don't know how long this can stick to some substances, and so that alone is like, geesh, and so nope. Stay home, get yourself dressed like you're going to Hawaii. If you got an outfit, do the best you can with hemp if you've got hemp in the closet. And if you were asking, what are you wearing, Beach? Now you know. It's that kind of day. It's that kind of day. But I think the thunderstorms are rolling in as well. Not too much news this week, honestly. Again, there's really just nothing going on in the hemp world, or the world for that matter. It's just kind of amazing some of the statistics that I've been seeing as far as how clean things are because of this. And also, this was an interesting, and I kind of thought this as far as like we're not going to see as much flu and cold, but people aren't going to the hospital for heart attacks and strokes and stuff as much, which is odd. They're just, no one is going to the emergency room unless they really think they need to. Um, which is an interesting, and again, it's always, and this is what socialistic healthcare gets you, because people don't just run to the doctor for nothing. They go when they need to go, and they get the care that they need to get because they don't burden the system. People think you burden the system. You won't. We might burden the system here if we went to have true socialistic healthcare right out of the gate, because then everybody would be showing up like they thought that they deserved to see a doctor because they haven't been afforded one under the current way we do things. And so, I'd see a rush at first just because everybody can get the credit they would do for the income taxes that they pay. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. We do have some sad news in the hemp world. Charlotte, the young lady who basically uh, made CBD what it is, has passed away. She was 13 years old. She started her cannabis regimen, I think, maybe 5, 6 years ago or so, and it got very popular. If you don't know that story, Charlotte's Web, the actual strain of cannabis, which is high in CBD, and eventually it didn't start out being under 0.3% THC, because they were in Colorado. What they found was his cannabis helped all parts of what gave her the seizures that she was having.
Yeah.
But they bred the THC out. This is all on the cusp of industrial hemp becoming legal in the United States as it is. And now have probably one of the largest holdings of any CBD company, for sure. The Stanley brothers, have done a wonderful job, I would say. Although, we used to carry the Charlotte's Web products when they first came out, and then I think when probably when companies started thinking that CBD was illegal in Ohio, they made it harder or stopped selling to me. And so it was unfortunate for our customers, which of course could go online, I'm sure, and they could have had it mailed to them. Maybe, again, I would assume that if they weren't selling to me, they weren't shipping to Ohio at the time. Obviously, none of that matters now. And so, but they are, they also are in charge of the Realm of Caring website. And I believe it's Realm of Caring, or roc.us. And if it's not, it's org. I'm not sure, but it houses probably one of the largest databases of CBD information out there. If you have ever wanted to learn about specific ailments and CBD, start at the Realm of Caring website. In all honesty, because they've been doing that for a long time. That website's been around for a long time, and they were true to trying to provide as much real information as they could as to how this may be able to help you and your specific ailments. So they use, I believe, all testimonials. I'm sure they have doctors at this point, but I don't know how much claims they can make. But again, the information is as I can get there. And Charlotte started all this. Because they got results. It gave her life back. The sad part is I believe it was the COVID-19 that may have taken her life.
Yeah, that's what I saw in
And
the stories I
so,
read.
the saddest part is once again that, because of her and the results that she got, that it's really word of mouth, and seeing results everywhere. And here we are today with the hundreds of our customers that come in that have seen results and use it. Um, you can almost uh, trace it back to her, uh, in all honesty. And so, we've lost a true hemp warrior, in the sense that, she was living proof that humans deserve to have this in their lives if they need it. Um, and there's a lot of people that do believe that now. And so, thank you, Charlotte, for proving to the world. It took a little girl that suffered every day and had no life to go to, a full person with a life to show the world, that this is therapeutic, um, and should exist for its many needs. And so, seed in peace, Charlotte.
Absolutely.
Told myself I wouldn't cry. Oh man. Well, the next, we'll try to get back into a little bit lighter, better mood before we call it a day here. This next pick, you did get the pick of
Yeah.
this, didn't you? I hope so. This actually showed up on a road in Cambridge, I believe, a couple weeks ago. And so obviously they were supposed to be printing Hampstead. This is the way to Hampstead. But they did Hempstead. And I believe that there is it's been changed, and it was supposed to have been an accident. Um, but the rumor is there were actually like 3 hemp stores in Hempstead at some point or another. And so I think for the road crew to, accidentally do this, is quite genius and fun. Unfortunately, it has already been switched back because I made the headlines quickly. Um, but I suppose now I need to maybe edit a little picture of the stores into it now. But this is the original picture. My understanding is this was not Photoshopped. This really happened, and was changed very quickly. It was discovered or reported to the city as, but thankfully some got the pictures of it, and it did go viral. But the E to an A take you back to Hampstead. Forever Hempstead in my mind. Last little bit of news that I have is also some kind of fun, good news, I suppose. It's going to be some interesting work for some students at the University of Kentucky. But 17 boxes of records of a hemp decortation and processing company that operated from the early 1900s to 1940 was donated to the University of Kentucky. Now, again, if you don't know, decortation is basically the breaking of the stalk to separate the fiber from the shiv or the herd outside, the bast, all that stuff. The first decortator kind of strung the hemp in this machine and went back and forth and broke it up because it's very hard to break. It comes right out of the field. The process was all possible, so labor intensive to do it when it would cut down in the fields was very difficult. So they read it. The purpose of reading was to lay shock, which is a little triangle, little pyramid of hemp, and leave it in the field for the winter. For the winter and the weather and the water and the rain and all that to break the stalk, and then they would basically bring out a hand shock, which was a big machine. It was about probably feet wide, big pieces of hemp wood that were um, the gaps were separated from the top to the bottom, and so you would take the hemp stalks and you would lay them down, and then just take this and just start breaking it. It was a breaking machine, a hand breaking machine. Um, and then there was a decoritator's machinery that was invented, and again, that was a machine that would was on wheels. I believe they would take it out to the field as well, probably. And then you would start it up, and it would snake the hemp through it like that. Which are patents are being filed right now for new processing machinery for these type of things because of hemp moving forward. So it's going to be interesting, honestly, man. That's a lot of stuff. As far as records, I'm sure a lot of it's just financial records, maybe, but hopefully a lot of data as to machines could do, and I'm just fascinated by the amount of data that could be there, and by the fact that these people have had boxes of data from the family company laying around since 1940 is a testament to my own heart, because if you know me, I don't get rid of anything, and so that they could have closed up. When they closed up shop, they could have gotten rid of all that information and just somehow it just went somewhere. They had the room to store it, and they've been storing it. And so it's kind of fun that almost 80 years after this company closed up shop, we're seeing this information released to the University of Kentucky. Again, it's going to be interesting for those students to go through and kind of archive it and process it. But I'm kind of interested in some of the data that they come up with. And so it's going to be very, very interesting to see what comes out of that as well. I do have a question this week for the Ask Beach Anything segment. And the question is does hemp paper have microbial properties? Well, we know that hemp is antibacterial, and so it works very well for antibacterial purposes, and it has, and again, I think more need to be tested, but we have seen that it also has antiviral, antimicrobial, all the good antis as we can. So what that means is it's a surface, just like I was talking about earlier, as far as a time period as to how long bacteria, viruses attach to it. We have proven that it's a very, very short amount of time, and does a very good job of creating a barrier for bacteria. I think I forget which one I saw. If you can go to Enviro Textiles, they did the study. I know that it was 66% good for staving off pneumonia or killing pneumonia on contact, and so that's a pretty decent barrier, so to speak. Actually, I did see that this can exist on paper for 3 hours, I believe that it was. I wonder if hemp paper in it, but time down possibly as well. And so we do see, and I can't wait. We might even see more tests being done now because people are making face masks, and we're making face masks with the hemp and whatnot, as to the specifics on the antiviral properties of hemp. We've definitely seen and proven, and again, like I said, EnviroTextiles, the research improved that it does do a very good job of fighting off some bacteria, better than others. But anyway, and so obviously being an all natural substance, if we can definitely get more research out there proving that it is good, again, then we can start using it more, as opposed to using cotton for reusable face masks, using hemp for reusable face masks because cotton is not all that good, from what I understand, as far as antibacterial or antimicrobial or any of those things. And so, as usual, hemp is superior to its competition either way. So I'm sure that it would make a better whatever if we needed to, when we really needed to, than the other. What we need to be growing is more hemp fiber. And hopefully that'll be happening in Wisconsin because, as I said last week, they're going to be doing a military study at one of the universities up there as far as the fiber, and is it superior to? Can it be better than some of the other fibers that the military is using now? So it'll be a little while before we get those actual results, but I hope that when they come out, I see them and we can report them here, giving you the facts on the High Noon Hemp Show. And you can go to hemptations.com still. Not much going on there. All the events I pretty much erased, I believe, and so there are no more events. If you get bored, you could go back and listen to some of the old radio commercials. I do have those on one of the pages. I don't think I talk about that very often, but I have some of the old fun radio commercials. Obviously, you can go to YouTube and watch any episode of the High Noon Hemp Show anytime that you want on the Jedi Hemp channel over there, and listen to us as a podcast if you so desire on all those mediums that do podcasts, because we're out there. I appreciate you being here today live for the High Noon Hemp Show. I am Beach. It's true. That is Joe. If you really want to find out about Joe, you got to check out Stoner Jesus. Just find him as Stoner Jesus. As soon as we get off the air here, he's going to go change back into his Stoner Jesus clothes.
Remarkably similar.
And he'll go back to that persona almost immediately after we're done here. As always, we love being here every Wednesday at high noon at the Hemptations Beach Facebook page, Jedi Hemp channel, YouTube, the Twitter page, all over the place. I guess we're going to have to break down our episodes into 10-minute segments, Quibi or whatever the new one is. I don't know. I can't keep up. But I did see there's a new one. Oh, boy. Anyway, folks, remember, reduce, reuse, recycle, make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptations.
See you all next week.
Jazz hands.